I am pregnant. But the father does not know the truth. He does not know I am his boss. This is my secret. And today I have to tell him my name is Rachel. I am 29 years old. To the world I look like a normal woman. Maybe you see me on the street. I wear jeans. I wear a t-shirt. I buy coffee at the small shop on the corner, but I have a secret life. I am the owner of a very big company. My company is in the city center. It is a tall building with glass windows. Inside, hundreds of people work. They work on computers. They talk on phones. They make big plans. And I own it all. But being a boss is hard. It is lonely. When you are the boss, people act differently. They smile too much. They agree with everything you say. They want your money. They want your power. They do not want to be your friend. They do not want to know the real you. I was sad. I had a big house. I had a nice car. I had expensive clothes. But I had no one to share it with. I wanted love. I wanted a real connection. I wanted a man who loved Rachel, not the CEO. So, I did something crazy. I created a plan. I wanted to work in my own company, but not as the boss. I wanted to be invisible. I wanted to see the truth. I hired a manager to run the big meetings. Her name is Sarah. Sarah is my best friend. She knows my secret. I told everyone Sarah is the boss now. Then I took a job as a secretary on the 5th floor. I changed my look. I stopped wearing my expensive suits. I wore simple skirts and blouses. I stopped wearing my diamond earrings. I wore no makeup. I tied my hair back. I became Rachel, the secretary. On my first day, I was nervous. I walked into the office. No one looked at me. No one smiled. I was just a worker. It was perfect. I sat at a small desk. I answered phones. I made copies of papers. I made coffee. For 3 weeks, it was just work. I saw how people really acted. Some people were lazy. Some people were mean. I learned a lot about my company. Then on a Tuesday morning, everything changed. I was at the copy machine. The machine was old. It stopped working. There was paper everywhere. I was frustrated. I tried to fix it, but I got ink on my hands. Black ink. It was messy. Do you need help? A voice said. I turned around. There was a man standing there. He was tall. He had dark hair and kind eyes. He wore a blue shirt. It was not an expensive shirt, but it was clean and ironed. I am David, he said. I work in accounting. I am Rachel, I said. I am just the secretary. He smiled. Nice to meet you, Rachel. Let me help you. He did not care that I was just a secretary. He did not care that I had ink on my hands. He fixed the machine. He picked up the paper. He was gentle. He was kind. Thank you, I said. No problem, David said. This machine is always broken. Do not worry. He looked at my hands. You have ink on your fingers. He took a tissue from his pocket. He gave it to me. Here he said, "Go wash your hands. I will finish this." My heart beat fast. In my world, men did not do this. In my world, men expected me to do everything. But David was different. He helped me. That was the beginning. Every day, David came to my desk. He did not come to ask for work. He came to say hello. "Good morning, Rachel." He would say, "Good morning, David." I would reply, "How are you today?" He would ask, "I am good." I would say, "How are you?" It was simple conversation, but it meant everything to me. We talked about the weather. We talked about lunch. We talked about movies. One day, it was raining very hard. I did not have an umbrella. I stood by the door of the building. I watched the rain fall. It was cold. David walked up to me. He had a large umbrella. "Are you walking to the train?" he asked. "Yes," I said. "Come with me," he said. "I will walk with you." We walked together in the rain. We were close. His arm touched my arm. I felt warm. I forgot about my big house. I forgot about my money. I just wanted to be close to him. "Rachel," he said, "can I ask you something?" "Yes," I said. "Would you like to have dinner with me? Not as coworkers, but as friends or maybe more." My stomach did a flip. I felt happy. I felt excited. "Yes," I said. "I would like that." We went to a small restaurant. It was not fancy. The tables were wood. The lights were low. We ate pizza. We laughed. David told me about his life. "I grew up in a small town," he said. "My father was a farmer. We did not have much money, but we had love. My mother cooked big meals. We sat together every night. I listened to him. I loved his voice. It was calm. It was honest." "What about you?" he asked. "Tell me about your family." I froze. I felt scared. I had to lie. I could not tell him my father was a millionaire. I could not tell him I went to the best schools in Europe. "My family is normal," I said. "My parents are retired. They live far away." "That must be hard," David said. "Do you miss them?" "Yes," I said. "I miss them very much." I felt guilty. Lying is bad. I know this. But I wanted David to love me. I wanted him to love the girl eating pizza, not the girl who owned the building. So, I kept my secret. We started dating. It was the best time of my life. We went to the park on weekends. We watched movies at his small apartment. He had a small car and we drove to the beach. David was generous. He did not have a lot of money, but he always wanted to pay. "I will pay for dinner," he said. "No, David," I said. "Let me pay." "No," he said firmly. "I want to take care of you." It made me want to cry. I could buy the whole restaurant. But he wanted to buy me a $10 meal. That is love. That is real love. Months passed. We were happy. I thought everything was perfect, but then I started to feel sick. It was a Tuesday morning, just like the day we met. I was at my desk. The smell of coffee made me feel ill. I felt dizzy. I ran to the bathroom. I sat there for a long time. I thought maybe I ate something bad. But the next day it happened again. And the next day my period was late. I was scared. I went to the pharmacy. I bought a pregnancy test. I took it home to my big empty house. I waited 3 minutes. My hands were shaking. I looked at the stick. 2 pink lines. Positive. I sat on the floor. I cried. I did not cry because I was sad. I cried because I was overwhelmed. I was going to have a baby. David's baby. A baby is a blessing. I knew this. I wanted a family. I wanted to be a mother. But then the fear came. David did not know who I was. He thought I was Rachel, the secretary. He thought I was poor like him. He thought we were the same. How could I tell him the truth now? I am pregnant. I practiced saying in the mirror. And by the way, I am your boss. I am a millionaire. I lied to you for 6 months. He would hate me. He would think I played a game with him. He was a proud man. He valued honesty. He told me once, "My father taught me that a lie is the worst thing. Truth is everything." I was trapped. I went to work the next day. I was pale. David saw me. He came to my desk immediately. "Rachel, are you okay?" he asked. He touched my forehead. "You look sick." I looked into his kind eyes. I wanted to tell him. I wanted to scream, "David, we are having a baby." But I said, "I am just tired. I did not sleep well." "You work too hard." He said, "You should go home, rest." "I cannot." I said, "The boss is coming today." This was true, but the boss was me. I had a plan. I had to end the lie. I could not raise a child on a lie. I had to reveal myself. There was a big company meeting on Friday. Everyone would be there. The managers, the workers, and the accounting team. David would be there. I decided I would walk onto the stage. I would tell everyone who I was. I would tell them the experiment was over. It was a dangerous plan, but I had to do it. Friday came. I woke up early. I did not put on my secretary clothes. I opened my closet. I took out my best suit. It was blue. It was silk. I put on my high heels. I put on my diamond earrings. I put on my makeup. I looked in the mirror. I saw the CEO. I saw the powerful woman. But inside, I was just a scared girl. I drove my expensive car to work. I parked in the special spot for the boss. I took the private elevator to the top floor. Sarah, my manager friend, was waiting. "Are you ready?" Sarah asked. "No," I said. "But I have to do this." "He will understand," Sarah said. "He loves you." "I hope so," I said. The meeting was in the big hall. Hundreds of chairs were set up. I could hear the people talking. They were loud. Sarah walked out first. "Quiet, please," she shouted. "Everyone, please sit down." The room became quiet. I stood behind the curtain. My heart was beating so fast. I touched my stomach. "Do it for the baby," I whispered. Today, Sarah said, I have a surprise. You think I am the boss, but I am not. The real owner of this company has been with you for 6 months. She has been watching. She has been learning. The crowd murmured. They were confused. Please welcome, Sarah said. Rachel. I walked out. The lights were bright. I stood at the podium. I looked at the crowd. I saw faces I knew. I saw the receptionist. I saw the mailman. And then I saw David. He was sitting in the 3rd row. He was wearing his blue shirt. When he saw me, he froze. He did not blink. He looked at my expensive suit. He looked at my diamonds. He looked at my face. His mouth opened. He looked confused. Then he looked shocked. I spoke into the microphone. Hello, everyone, I said. My voice shook. My name is Rachel. I am the owner of this company. I heard gasps. People were whispering. That is the secretary. That is Rachel. I continued. I wanted to know what it is like to work here. I wanted to know the truth. So, I pretended to be a secretary. I learned that you work hard. I learned that we need to change some things. But mostly, I learned about people. I looked directly at David. He was not looking at me anymore. He was looking at the floor. His face was red. I learned that kindness is the most important thing. I said, thank you. I walked off the stage. The room was noisy. People were clapping, but I did not care. I only cared about one person. I ran down the stairs. I went to the side door where the employees walked out. I waited for David. 10 minutes passed. Then he walked out. He walked fast. He looked angry. David, I called. He stopped. He turned around. His eyes were not kind today. They were hurt. David, please wait, I said. Boss, he said. He used the word like a knife. Or should I call you Rachel? Or do you have another name? I am Rachel, I said. I am the same person. No, you are not, he said. He pointed at my clothes. Look at you. This is who you are. You were rich. You are powerful. You played a game with me. It was not a game. I cried. I fell in love with you. That was real. Was it? David asked. You lied every day. Every time we ate dinner. Every time we talked. You looked at me and you lied. I was scared, I said. I wanted you to love me for me, not for my money. I did love you, David shouted. I loved the girl who had ink on her hands. I loved the girl who liked pizza. But that girl does not exist. She does exist. I said, I am her. No, he said, you are a liar. I cannot trust you. He turned around. He started to walk away. David, wait, I screamed. I have to tell you something. He did not stop. I am pregnant. He stopped. The world went silent. The cars on the street stopped. The wind stopped. David stood there for a long time. His back was to me. I waited. I could not breathe. Slowly, he turned around. His face was pale. What did you say? He whispered. I am pregnant, I said again. Tears ran down my face. I took the test 2 days ago. It is your baby. He looked at my stomach. He looked at my eyes. He looked like he was in pain. He walked back to me slowly. He stood in front of me. Is this another lie? He asked. Is this part of the game? No, I said. I swear this is the truth. I am carrying our child. David put his hands on his head. He looked at the sky. He took a deep breath. I don't know what to do, he said. I am so angry at you, Rachel. You broke my heart. I know, I said. I am sorry. I am so sorry. But he said, a baby. He looked at me again. The anger was still there, but something else was there, too. Fear and maybe a little bit of love. I need time, he said. I cannot talk to you right now. I understand, I said. I need to think, he said. Okay, I said. He turned and walked away. This time I did not stop him. I watched him get on the bus. I watched the bus drive away. I stood alone in my expensive suit. I had my company. I had my money, but I felt poorer than ever. I went home. The house was quiet. I sat on my big sofa. I cried until I fell asleep. The next few days were terrible. I went to work as the boss. I sat in the big office on the top floor. Everyone was scared of me now. They knew I was the owner. No one joked with me. No one talked about movies. I checked my phone every 5 minutes. No message from David. I went to the accounting department. I looked for him. His desk was empty. Where is David? I asked his manager. He took vacation days. The manager said. He said he has a family emergency. My heart sank. He was hiding from me. I felt sick every morning. The pregnancy was making me tired. I wanted David to hold my hand. I wanted him to bring me crackers and water. But I was alone. 1 week passed, then 2 weeks. I started to lose hope. Maybe he would never come back. Maybe I would raise this baby alone. I had the money. I could hire nannies, but that is not what I wanted. I wanted a father for my child. On a Saturday morning, I was sitting in my garden. I was drinking tea. The doorbell rang. I did not move. I thought it was the mailman. The doorbell rang again. I got up. I walked to the big front door. I opened it. It was David. He looked tired. He had dark circles under his eyes. He was wearing the same blue shirt. David, I breathed. He did not smile. He stood there. Can I come in? He asked. Yes, yes, I said. Please. He walked into my house. He looked at the high ceilings. He looked at the expensive paintings. He looked at the marble floor. It is a big house, he said. It is just a house, I said. It is empty without you. He turned to face me. I went home, he said, to my parents' farm. I needed to think and I asked. I was shaking. I talked to my father, David said. I told him about you. I told him about the lie. What did he say? I asked. He was angry at first. David said he hates lies. But then I told him about the baby. David took a step closer. My father said that pride is a heavy burden. David said he said that everyone makes mistakes. He asked me one question. What question? I asked. He asked me, do you love her? David looked into my eyes and I had to answer. I held my breath. What was your answer? I said, yes, David whispered. I said, I love her. I tried to stop loving you, Rachel. I tried to hate you but I cannot. I started to cry again. I love you too, David. I said I love you so much. But you have to promise me something. He said sternly. Anything. I said no more lies. He said. Never again. We tell the truth. Even if it hurts. Even if it is hard. We're partners. I promise, I said. No more lies. Just truth. He looked at my stomach. And the baby? He asked. Is it okay? Yes, I said. The baby is okay. I went to the doctor yesterday. Everything is fine. David smiled. It was a small smile, but it was real. Can I? He hesitated. Can I touch it? There is not much to feel yet. I laughed through my tears. But yes, he put his hand on my stomach. His hand was warm. I felt a sense of peace wash over me. Hello, little one, he whispered. I am your daddy. We stood there for a long time. The rich CEO and the accountant. The lie was gone. The truth was out. This house is too big, David said, looking around. We can move, I said quickly. We can live anywhere. No, he said. We will stay, but we will fill it. We will fill it with noise, with toys, with love. It will not be a museum. It will be a home. I would like that, I said. That was 6 months ago. Now my life is very different. I am still the boss, but I am different. I am kind. I listen to my workers. I know their names. I know who has a sick mother and who has a new puppy. David still works in accounting. He did not want to quit. He said he likes his job, but now he drives to work with me. We hold hands in the car. Everyone knows we are together. At first people talked. They gossiped. Look at him, they said. He is with the boss for the money. But then they saw us. They saw how he looks at me. They saw how I look at him. They saw that it is real. My stomach is very big now. The baby is coming soon. It is a boy. We are going to name him Thomas after David's father. I learned a big lesson. Money is nice. It makes life easy. You can buy nice things. You can travel. But money cannot buy the feeling of a warm hand in yours. Money cannot buy the sound of someone saying, I love you, and meaning it. I thought I had to hide who I was to find love. I was wrong. I just had to be brave enough to show my real self. David and I are sitting on the sofa now. He is reading a book about babies. He looks serious. He wants to be a good father. Rachel, he says. Yes, I answer. Do you think I should buy a crib? Or should we make one? You can make one, I ask. My father taught me woodworking, He says proudly. I can make a strong crib. That would be perfect. I say I watch him. I feel lucky. Sometimes life is strange. I started with a lie. I pretended to be a secretary. I pretended to be poor. It was a big risk. I almost lost everything, but because of that risk, I found him. I found the man who helped me with the broken printer. I found the man who walked me in the rain. I found the father of my child. It is okay to be scared of love. It is okay to be scared of the truth. But you must trust. You must open your heart. If you are lonely today, do not give up. Your story is not over. Maybe tomorrow you will break a printer. Maybe tomorrow you will meet someone who changes everything. Just remember to tell the truth. The truth is stronger than any lie. The truth builds a foundation for love. I am Rachel. I am a boss. I am a mother. And I am loved. And that is the best title in the world. The end. I hope this story helps you learn English. Remember, simple words can tell a big story. Keep practicing. You can do it.